welcome in Knitting in Mauritius. My name is Anna, I'm your host here. I mean, not the flower, but me in the movie later. That's my flowers from my garden. I'm so proud. I planted them maybe 6-7 months ago, placed them on the palm trees, and they're growing so beautifully. They're flowering now. The purples are on. I hope the yellows and the another colors will come soon also to surprise me, to make me laugh and to make me happy. And this is my new pattern, which will be published on the 15th of April on Easter, and I will talk about this pattern in my podcast just now. It is the Cyclone Cardigan, and I hope you will enjoy knitting it and wearing it later. It is a perfect garment for change of seasons. I hope you will enjoy also the podcast and see you just now. Hello and welcome to Knitting in Mauritius. My name is Anna. I'm living in Mauritius since about 25 years now. I'm Polish originally. I'm living here with my husband, 2 kids, 2 boys, and many dogs, many cats, many chickens, many parrots, 1 rabbit, and 2 turtles, and many geckos on the walls. The geckos we somehow moved on the own in the house, but it's okay. That's life here. We have geckos on the walls. So welcome in Knitting in Mauritius. It's nice to see you again, and to those who are repeating coming to my channel. And it's welcome to the many new viewers which I just received. Thanks to Karen from Yantail podcast, who she was talking about me. I think thanks to her, she is doing knit along together, and she offered prices there, and also she has some prices from me. That's why she mentioned me, but also I know she's watching me because she's commenting sometimes. I have 220 something for subscribers right now. It is the podcast 22, I think, and it's many twos right now. 22 podcasts and 23 and 224, I think, subscribers. I would like to give a prize to those who are staying with me and liking to watch my podcast. I know this, I would like to have more subscribers, definitely, but I'm already happy that I'm talking like every time to more than 100 people, and the people also answering and commenting and chatting with me and getting close to me. Some of you are becoming online friends because I'm chatting with many ladies, especially it's ladies who are living in America, who are living in Europe, getting friends with one lady from Ukraine, Norway. I mean, it's amazing how these connections are growing together, and it's all about yarn and all about wool and all about knitting together and having ideas, exchanging patterns, or helping each other. So I must say I'm very happy, and I would like to announce that on this podcast, this podcast, please comment where you're coming from, and you can say where you're coming from, and you can say let's say if you have some pets at home. So when you will say something about pets and when you are coming from, I will choose 3 winners for next podcast, and I will give 3 patterns because I think it's more easy with patterns than with wool or price giving. From my country, it's shipping is very expensive, and I would like to avoid this, especially that I myself buy all from abroad my yarn, so I would prefer to give 3 patterns, 3 winners, 3 patterns, and it will be, let's say, a pattern from Ukrainian designer, and I forget her name now. I will write here, you will have her name and a picture. It will cover me for a moment. A picture of the pattern. I love this pattern so much. I bought for myself actually right now. She's from Ukraine, but I think she's living in Denmark with her husband. And she's beautiful designer, very beautiful person when you watch her podcasts, when you go on her Instagram. And this is also thanks to one of my online friends that I get to know about this designer. I got in love with her patterns, but this is especially my big choice. And I will give 1 or 3 winners. 3 winners we have 3 patterns. We have 1 pattern from the Ukrainian designer and this pattern of my new cardigan, which I will just release on Friday 15, just on Easter. It is, and on Friday it will be half price for everyone who would like to purchase the pattern. So 3 winners will get 2 patterns, 1 from me and 1 from the Ukrainian designer. And I would like to have your comments where you're coming from, and if you have any pets at home. So this is about my thank you to you, and thank you very much for watching. I'm really so happy, and really always very happy that you're commenting also and getting close to each other. The world is so big, it's so small in a way, but as my kids and me, we didn't travel for last 3 years from my little island, and I miss the world. So it is nice that you will comment and we play this game. Excuse me for this. So what I would like to tell you, let me stop for a second because I can't do it like this. Okay, I dried my eyes, sorry for this, but it's life. I was thinking this podcast will go through without any editing, because that's why I set up my podcast in my moving today more recording into my room, not outside, not with the wind, not with the birds, not with the company knocking there outside, to have a quiet time. All my goodies are here around me, so I just don't like this part, this here. And as I'm working on iMovie only to edit this podcast, I sometimes try to move this away, but sometimes doesn't work. So sorry, that's my door, which we have in the house, dark brown doors. Okay, let's go to knitting now. I would like to introduce to you today a pattern that I will release on Friday, Easter Friday, and on this day will be half price, 50% off on this day, on RAVERLY, and it is my, I would say, it's one of my favorite pieces which I designed up to now. Not that I don't like my another pieces, but they are all over the head. I mean, they're all around York or all around York or something like this. Needed, but this is a cardigan. It's my style. I mean, it's more me, to be loose, to be open, to be like my. I will just stand up a little bit to show you. It's very. I mean, it's open. It's airy. is not even having bottoms, which you can do, but you don't need to. You can put some clip here, and then you can keep it like this. It's irregular. It's looking like this on the back side. It's all about me, the loose fit and comfortable wearing of clothes. So this cardigan called the name of the cardigan is Cyclone Cardigan, as I knitted and I got the idea about this. I'm just thinking about something else that I supposed to put something else on this. Always forget things before. I don't know. I'm setting up this podcast, and then I forget to still fix something. Anyway, it's like this. It's like this. So this cardigan I started to knit while we got these two cyclones around us and approaching Mauritius, and I really like to be at home, to be locked in the house, not be able to go out because the warnings were 3 and 4. You cannot go out anymore of the house, in the garden. You are not insured anymore. So you have so much ideas when you are a creative person that you can really start to do something new. It took me a bit longer because I must say I'm lazy in the writing. I'm straightforward. I'm lazy in the writing patterns. I don't like to sit on a computer. I don't like to sit to type. I don't like to sit count, measure, and so on and so on. I mean, it's I could be a designer who just do the product, just do the design, and somebody else is sitting next to me and writing the pattern. I'm sorry, I'm straightforward. That's why I'm so slow with my patterns. I know, I promised already since few weeks the pattern, but it will be on Friday only. And I just would like to tell you, I was counting yesterday. I have nine projects, 9 patterns on my needles, on my actually nearly finished 9. Just to write the pattern and just to give for testing and just to, I don't know, it's just like 9. So I think after your summertime, northern countries, so southern countries, after your winter time, you will receive many patterns from me, because I promised to myself I have to finish writing them and finish testing them and so on. This pattern, Cyclone Cardigan, as you can see, is knitted with brioche. It's brioche on the sleeve a bit. It's brioche here around on your collar, around your pullover. It's brioche. I would like to show you. It's brioche here on the back as a panel, and here around everywhere brioche. All rest is in stockinette stitch, as you can see, and is done with many short rows. I knitted it in 6mm needles, US 10, and I knitted it with, I will show you, that's the rest of my ball 9, with a wonderful yarn. This yarn is just amazing, with a wonderful yarn from CaMaRose, Snefnug, what mean snowflake, CaMaRose snowflake yarn in color ASCII Gra, the number 7310, ASCII Gra, I think 7310. It's a like gray color. They have a huge CaMaRose from the Snefnug. They have huge range of colors, so you can choose. And I was having a problem actually to choose a color, so I took the standard gray color just for my first pullover, first cardigan, sorry. I'm knitting another one in, stay there. I started to knit another one for my mom in fashion alpaca Bling Rico design. It is with some stellina and but very fluffy yarn also, and in the size the yarn is exactly the same as the CaMaRose. It is I would say worsted size of yarn. So this CaMaRose is amazing yarn. I read about this, and to explain to you again, I did it in last podcast, but I will tell you again now. It's a tube made out of cotton, and inside you have alpaca and wool, and merino wool. So there is 55% alpaca and 10% merino wool, and 35% of the yarn is the tube of the cotton. It's amazing. I mean, it's fluffy, it's amazing, it's light, it's like a really like snowflake. The name is very well written. So, and I started one for my mom with another yarn. I was promising her not in a gray, because this is gray and this is gray, but actually when it's knitting it's very similar color, but it's with the stellina, with the gold in between and so on, it's coming very nice. So I will show you, I will give you a secret, I will give you a little tip right now. So you're starting to knit the cardigan from your brioche. It's very simple, one color brioche, no problem with this. And then you're knitting. After some time, you are starting to increase, starting to knit the body, the sleeves and the raglan. In the middle, the best you put some stitch markers in the middle. You're keeping the panel going from your band here. The panel is going down on the pullover, a few stitches of brioche, and the rest I will tell you in a pattern when you will get it on Friday. So this is the Cyclone Cardigan, which I just knitted, and it's, in my opinion, it's just amazing. It's very nice cardigan for season changing, from your summer to winter, or from, no, I mean summer to winter to summer to colder times, and from your winter to warmer times. Sorry. So this is my cardigan, Cyclone Cardigan, will be published next week. So this is one of my finished products and finished patterns. I'm so happy. What else I have finished? As you can see, and you can guess maybe for these people who following me on Instagram, I needed a bunny for my one child, and it was I made a game on Instagram, because on Instagram I'm also starting to have more viewers, like I'm approaching 500, but anyway, I wanted to just be a bit more fancy, like everybody makes games, so why not me? So I was starting this pattern and to knit this bunny, and I was asking, what do you think what I am knitting here? And people supposed to just guess something. Took a part in the game, and tomorrow on Monday, today is Sunday, tomorrow on Monday I will be giving the 10 different patterns away to the people who guessed that it is a bunny. Is the bunny. This is the bunny. Is knitted with Lana Grossa Benessere. I will show you this yarn here, Lana Grossa. So this is the cotton, 45% cotton, 32% alpaca, and 23% polyamide. This blue yarn. This was this. I have no 1 centimeter of the yarn left because I was adjusting some things. No, not really adjusting. I was fixing some things, and I was having only 2 balls, and I used 2 balls on this yarn because I was holding double. I wanted to have a bigger, chunkier bunny as a you know, to give to my kids that they keep for their own kids. I give him a starfish eyes. I give him a stone for a nose. I embroidered the mouth. I put the whisks, some ears, fluff, and pompon made out of Belangor yarn. It's really Angora. It's 100% Angora from company Galerians. It's 100% Angora. I was using this, I don't know, not even half of the ball for this decoration of the bunny. So this bunny is really Angora bunny. I don't know what my baby, I have 11 and 13-year-old kids, so I don't know if they will be appreciating this gift for Easter, but as I see everywhere, they're saying that the chocolate, some kind of chocolates are returning, they're calling back the chocolates because apparently there is something in there. So we will not buy chocolate Easter bunnies this year. So my kids will get the Easter bunnies, knitted Easter bunnies. One will be, one is this one. They can keep it for the whatever, on kids or for something. One will be this one, sit here. And another one which I'm knitting, it is knitted with the most fluffy alpaca from, I will just tell you, from Loopy Mango. Fluffy alpaca. It is 45 meters, 49 yards in one ball, 100 grams in 100 grams of ball. This gray is Night Out. Name, it's made in Italy, but of course we're getting from Loopy Mango itself. And the yarn is 88% superfine alpaca, 12% wool. Loopy Mango, when somebody didn't hear about this brand. Fluffy, 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 very chunky yarn. I decided to make second bunny out of this yarn because I want them not to be very tiny and small. I want to make them big. So this is the one. I just gonna put the yarns here. So this is the yarn, how it is knitting it. I normally the needle size is suggested needle size is bigger, but I wanted to make a very tight gauge here, and that the stuff later will not go through stuffing. And actually it's looking very beautiful, and I'm thinking by using the smaller needles, I think I'm using 5 millimeters needles, but anyway, you could use here easily 10 millimeters needles, 12 millimeters needles to make nice beautiful cardigan out of this yarn. But as I have so much yarn, I decided to make beautiful bunnies for my kids. This is making very dense, maybe too dense fabric, but it will be good for the bunny. The ears will be big and standing up. So this is very easy pattern. You can find on internet. I actually took it also out of internet. It's a square. You're knitting a square, your size square, your gauge square, what you want to do, and then you putting a string. I mean, you holding it later like this. Here you will put the same wool string. Then you will put around across, and you will create the ears, and you will create the head of the bunny. Then you cinch the yarn, and here then you knit together the back. Then you knit together the seam it together, and seam it together here, and you adding your decoration for the bunny and the ear flap or nose or whatever what you want to do there. It's very easy pattern. You can have it on even on pictures, or even I know there is many tutorials about this pattern. I will put 1 or 2 links below, just that you have more easy life to look for it. So this is like I don't know, less than half of the soon half of the square for the second bunny. I have still 5 days. It's easy to do it. I will do it for my second baby. I just don't know how to share the bunnies between them. I think I will put behind my back and I will say choose left or right like we very often do, because you know they are 22 months apart and they are still little babies, so they need to be a bit guided. So this is my finished product. I would like to talk about my projects which are ongoing, which I have many projects ongoing, many, as you say. I told you already 9 patterns for my hats, shawl, cardigans for future to publish, but I will not talk about this now today. I will just show you what I am knitting for my own pleasure and leisure. I am a bit strange designer. I realize that many designers, they don't need patterns from another people, or very seldom they need patterns from another people. I like to knit some beautiful garments from another people, and then I need to design in between this. I like to design something on my own. So and over and above, I'm busy with my kids, with the school, with my life, and with my work. That's why it's taking so long, maybe, or just because I don't like to sit on a computer and type and think in English, count in English. It's very bit a problem. So that's why I will show you first. I will show you what I'm working on. This is my project bag, which you know already. It's my own project bag. It's made out of, I said 2 podcasts ago, my son was asking me if he can help, and actually he helped. I got some essays from his beautiful show on my podcast. So thanks to him, I sold many of these project bags. This is the big one. This is my sort of logo here, and here is my logo animated with a smile, with a sheep, and knitted garment. Just to repeat, this is made out of recycled sails from the boats here, and yeah, it's patterned with some fabric, so it's not perfect. Sometimes some spots and so on. Of course, it was used on the sea by the boats. Okay, here what I have here. I have here the Cacti Crop by, I don't know her name. I will just put it here on the top, which is supposed to be small. I mean, supposed to be my size first of all. Supposed to be cropped. I could make it cropped because I don't know why I chose a huge size from the pattern. Anyway, I chose the size, I think 4 on the pattern. Anyway, it is good because I will do something out of it. I knitted it with Plotto Lopi. I'm a bit lost. I don't know why I'm lost. I needed it with Plotto Lopi. You can see this one. That's color I was using. This is the bold number 3. So I didn't use much. I don't know. People using so much Plotto Lopi for pullovers and cardigans. I know a lot of people hold it together, two strings together, but I just hold it one, and the thing went fast. And I must say I like to work with sheepy wool because it's really working on the needles. It's not sleeping, it's not moving. It's I have a project now I will just show you, and which I'm quite struggling with the not flowing so much the pattern. Okay, I did the crop, Cacti Crop top with Plotto Lopi from Lopi yarns, and this is pure wool yarn, as you may know already. And the name was, there is no name on this one. Okay, I will put the name here of this color. Wait. And I will now show you, let me maybe remove this, and I will show you what funny is in this crop top, that it's not cropped, and it will be never cropped because it become huge for me. Last podcast I was showing you that I was having this Cacti Crop done with, the yoke done already with another yarns, and I didn't like it. I could block it and see how it looks, but no, I decided not to do it. I decided to just keep it like it is, and I frog it. And I immediately, I said, when I will not start now, I will never start to knit with this pattern, because I don't know, sometimes I have too much things on my head. I will tie my hair now just to show you how this crop top look on me. It's not finished. It's not finished. So I mean, it's ending here normally. It could be cropped. It could be. I mean, not even cropped. It could be this size. Yeah. But my baby, my 11 years old son, he decided to design for me. I will put here now for a second. He decided that on this pattern it's missing another cactus. There are 1, 2, 3 types of cactuses, and he decided, no ma'am, there is something wrong in this top. There is not this round cactuses. So he designed on with the pixels, with the on normal Excel, yes, on Excel sheet. He designed the round cactus with in a pot, and I supposed to knit on this pullover. I say, great idea. I have wool, I have the yarn, I have the needles, I can do it. So what I did, I continued with the pattern. I did one more string of this 1 by 1 color work, and then I added, it's not finished this thing, don't look at this properly, and then I added this cactuses. Then I did again the 1 by 1, and then I did 2 by 2 rib, and I finished with I-cord. I blocked this part and washed and blocked because I see there is still some things to not really blocked, but I will fix this later. It's fine. It's not already done. I'm now on my, as you can see, most probably I'm pulling stitches off. I'm now on my sleeve, and the sleeve will be, I will not decrease the sleeves. The sleeves will be going up to here, a bit like my top here, will up but longer, will go up to here. This round cactuses will be here again knitted, and then I cinch with smaller needles and with reducing size like this top, that make little balloon shape. Also, what I will do, because it's huge, it's really big pullover. Well, also what I will do, I don't like the huge neckline here. It's bouncy, but I don't like the big neckline here. What I would do, under this 2x2 rib, I will pick stitches, and I will knit sort of slight turtleneck, which I will most probably wrap it around and make double how is this called? Double neckline. I mean, turned neckline. I don't know, something like this. So it will be picked from here, and it will be going up, and I wrap it around, and it will be sort of two pullovers in one. But also it is a top. It is pullover right now, which I think, because of the huge size of the sleeves and so on, I'm not liking so much. But as it is woolly wool, I love to have the idea that I can, even without the stick, I can stick it here. So what I will do, I will measure exactly the middle size, middle here. I will enforce with my sewing machine. I will do two lines with sewing machine. Then I will cut the top into open, and then I will do bottom bend, or just not even bottom bend, just bend around to make a cardigan. So when I will cut, it will be a sort of whatever, something like this going on. But the plan is that I will be able to do it something like this, and I put the belt, not bottom even, and so on. So it will be from the crop cut, Cacti Crop. It will be not cropped, it will be long. It will be one more added cactuses, a row of cactuses, different cactuses. It will be not a normal neckline, it will be double neckline. I will design something, and it will be not a top, it will be cardigan. I love this, designing things and changing things. So what I did, I will tell you what I needed with Plotto. Lopi I was holding with this Hasegawa silk mohair, just to give a bit more hold and a bit more fluff. So it was hold like this for the border part. For the cactuses, I was using a Trollenwol in this, I don't know the color, but it's many. You can go on the website, they have many colors, they're selling in 25 grams and 50 grams and whatever grams you like. This is 25 grams both. Trollenwol Supersoft, so wool. So this green and this Kremke Stellina was together hold for the cactuses, for the green parts of the cactuses. And for the pots, I was using this, any pots. I mean, there is one pot and the pots down. I was using this orange. Then for the lines, one by one color work, this orange, which is so much difference in this orange, just to give a difference in color. And for the flowers, there is a heart, I think, there is a flower, and there is a flower, this cactus is flowering. For the flowers, I was using this pink reddish with some white spots yarn, also from Supersoft, from Trollenwol Supersoft. I really like the Trollenwol. They have a lot of different, that's their own brand, but they have also different brands on the online. They are very communicative, very beautiful people, and yeah, and I like the idea that you don't need to buy whole skein of 100 grams from them. Of course you can, but you don't need to. So you, for your color works, you can just whatever you know, choose your colors. You don't spend a lot of money. I think it's €2.50 a ball of this, so it's not really much, and it's great wool. So Plotto Lopi with Trollenwol Supersoft, and it will be completely different garment that's supposed to be, but I'm enjoying knitting it, and I'm enjoying discovering some different things, and I love it. Even now I love it here. Okay, I'm sitting in air conditioning room, but it's a really nice and warm garment, but it's not that warm like you know, you will be, I mean, woolly wool is cooling you, not really necessary, cooling you in the summer and warming you in the winter time. Wool is just amazing. Yeah. Oh, I didn't drop any stitches. Great. So this will be my Cacti Crop, not cropped. Okay, let's put it back in the bag. Now I would like to show you another my project. I'm sorry, the podcast will be very long as usual. I have always so much things to show. I'm not podcasting often, so that's why it is always very long when I do already. So this is putting on a very short circular needles, the body now, because I don't have any more Chagus needles and needles and wires, cables, because all are in the works, and I think I need to place another order for new set of Chagus, because I mean 2 sets, I mean the small and the big set, because I'm just, or maybe better not, because I will make more projects and I will have them everywhere around the house, so maybe better not. What I'm doing here, I started the laugh knot by Tin Can Knits, and it's I'm working with amazing yarns. This is 2 pinks. Actually, they're coming to be the same pinks, just in different brands and different production. I will tell you, this one is 100% cashmere from Mongolian cashmere. It's a 2-play, and it's the company is Jade, Sapphire, Exotic Fibers. This is the company, and it's Pink Panther colorway, 142 number. Jade, Sapphire, Exotic Fibers, so Pink Panther. And this one, oh, it's so amazing. QingFibers, you say? I don't know how to say, sorry, but I know how to find it to buy. QingFibers. They have now this base Veranita, and it's 79% cashmere and 21% silk. It is a super fluffy lace weight cashmere. So this is this QingFibers. I will show you the. I was having 2 of this and 2 of this. It's just right for laugh knot. So I started it, but it's it's already in a advanced progress, But what I must say, this cashmere and my hands doesn't work so well together. I needed to borrow the needles from another project because I was having wooden needles from, I think, I don't remember, some wooden needles with a bigger wire, and it was not working at all. So the metal needles works better, it's slipping faster, but just now in the room is very the air is nice, but in the room downstairs when I'm sleeping in my bedroom, yesterday night was very, I don't know, dry. I needed to cream my hands, which I don't like to cream my hands and to touch the wool. I mean, it's going into wool. I know it will be washed later, but yeah, so just to work faster, I needed to cream my hands. I want to be finished for Easter Sunday, and I will be. I will use up all this is the second, I started already the second balls. So I will use all these 2 balls of cashmeres, 4 balls, 2 and 2, just to the last centimeters, just not to have any more yarn in the house of this, or small ends, because later you don't know what to do, and I don't have another colors of this yarn lying around, and it's cashmere, so I wanted to use it in one project. So what I will do, I will knit the body to the length I want, and then I will weigh the yarn, and I will make the sleeves the same length, but as much maximum long. And when they will be too long, maybe I will cinch the cuff strongly, but I don't think they will be too long because it's only one ball for rest of the body and for the 2 sleeves, so I think it will be just right. So last note, Karen from Yarn Tale podcast, she's doing MCAL knit along together, and you can maybe join her for it, and maybe you will win some prizes also from me. Yes, what I wanted to tell you, I wanted to show you what I bought, what I got. No, I didn't get anything. What I bought and got by post. I buy everything. I wanted to mention I buy everything on my own. Up to now I must say I got only once for Christmas few balls of yarn as gift, but I'm buying on my own, and I'm not sponsored, so I'm promoting all the companies and all the designers just like from my heart, because I'm in urge, I think you say this, to share my love to yarn. So I just want to speak about all this love and fluff and so on. So what I wanted to tell you, last week I was telling you that I ordered yarns from Galerians, and I needed just to, maybe I will bring everything here. Can you stay here and wait for your turn? So I last podcast I was showing you, I was making this pullover. The pullover was finished, and this dark gray, this charcoal color is from Galerians, and it's from this big 600 meters balls of super fine alpaca. So I was telling you that I ordered some of the colors. I will show you the colors when I will not be able to hold together, because I ordered many colors. So this is this is misty gray 303 color. I ordered everywhere 4 balls because I mean it's 600 meters. It is big balls, but it's such a pleasure to knit with this yarn. So whenever I have planned to knit something for my mom, for my kids, and for my husband in this yarn. But of course, you know, we can't make it so fast. But I also bought so much of this yarn because I want to make a huge blanket. A very warm, cozy bed, 2x2 meters blanket, and it will take time, but I want to do it with the yarns, mixing and work with. This color is this. Okay, maybe I will keep it to the end. These all yarns are undyed, so these colors are all natural colors. This is nutmeg. This is the charcoal, which I needed the pullover with, and this is the silver gray. They are not undyed, and this is champagne 314 colorway. This one I will put on the side for a second. So this is not dyed, it's natural color of the alpacas, and I think they have 14 colors or 17 colors of natural color yarns of alpaca. So they not dyed, not touched with the color. But this is the logo of Galerians when you never saw it. And this one is dyed. This one is dyed, and the name is 242 peach coral. Yes. This one is dyed. I have only 2 balls with it, and I 1,200 meters. I will do something out of this, or I will add to this carpet. Yeah, it will be huge. To this blanket. I must say I prefer the uncolored, the natural yarns. I mean, okay, the feel is the same, but definitely I like. I don't know. I'm going more into this natural when I can. But of course, my love note is definitely not a natural color of cashmere, but it's okay. This one, this champagne, I bought from QingFibers also. They were having not say a promotion on this yarn. It is alpaca, the brush alpaca, brush Suri, and in color with Shibuya. And I have the plan to hold this together, so alpaca and alpaca, hold this together and make it sort of Louisa's cardigan. No, sorry, Louisa's pullover. I will put it here, one of the pictures that when you don't know. I mean, it's not a regular big chunky pullover, and I want to do it with this colorway for myself. Yes, this is what I bought, and I bought from QingFibers. I will tell you, they were having this promotion of, I mean, they were having a lot of these things right now. So this was promotion of a limited edition of the yarns which I'm using for the love knot. All in the Veranita yarns. It's the cashmere, the 79% cashmere and 21 silk. And together with my son, we have been choosing some colors, and I got these colors. Let's say these colors, which I can pair together to make something pullover, most probably, because most of the time I need garments. All is crafted in London, so which is amazing. All is coming very quickly from them. I mean, I'm ordering because it's very nice, expensive yarn, so I'm ordering with DHL deliveries. I don't want that it will be lost in the post somewhere and having problems. So this is the Veranita in this bright colors, and this one is the Veranita in different, like a mix. I took only one, I should took normally two, but actually I can make also, I can pair with this to make something. And then I took the black and yellow. I have, there is something reddish also. I normally don't use too much black, but I have yellow yarn, yellowish DK yarn, and I will pair with this, and then it will give another effect. So yes, I have few of this color also. My purchases, a lot of purchases. I think I'm done now for a while with. Yes, we're coming to the end. We're coming to the end. What I wanted to tell you. Very often I realize people don't know what to do when they need a garment. They never know if this is a front or back. When they, of course, we know it when we make the short rows. More short rows is on the back, less short rows is on the front. But sometimes we don't do short rows on some garments and we are very lost. Some of us, we don't have like tags to fix here inside, or idea how to mark the front and back of our garment. They are so similar. They are so similar, like on this also, so similar, front and back. So what we do, what I wanted to show you as an idea, buy some bottoms, buy some stones, buy some fancy little decoration, and you can put in front of the garment, as you can see here, for example, small little bottom. This is a pineapple, for example. It's a bottom. I saw it here, and I know this is the front of the pullover, of the top. So this is one idea. Another idea, when you don't know if this is the front or back of a garment, and this I did it. I will do something different later, but I decided it because we will have in a school, we will have a collection for another school in Poland, which one is took I think 24 Ukrainian kids right now, and they need support for starting materials. We will make collection in our school, we will send the money there, and this my yellow top, I will use it in a time when we will be collecting the money in the school. And I added here in the front some blue turquoise, some blue turquoises, just to mark the front. But I will remove the blue later on, and I will put something else, because I have more lighter stones and lighter decoration. On this too, we really don't, when your color work is really well done, you don't really know if it's front or back of the garment. So what I did it, I will just show you here on the bottom. I fix a stone, can you see? I fix loosely a stone, coral stone, and I know this is the front of the garment, and this is really matching to this. It's really, I did it very easily. I put knots, I fix the stone, and it's loosely fixed. It's not disturbing the garment. It's the same colors than the Belangor. No, this is actually Angora yarn here in this. About this pullover I was talking in last podcast, so you can have a look when you would like, of course. And I think we're coming to the end to this long podcast, to a long chat. So one more time, some ideas. I have here some ideas. You can put some bottoms. Let's see, something. This I think it will go on the yellow top later on. You can remove some bottoms from all your old garments and put on some decoration on your pullover. Or you can order, this is from Etsy, you can order tag and you can fix the tag also. But tag is always itching you there somehow. I don't like so much. But these tags I have because I'm sewing also clothes next week. Next time I will show you also a lot of beautiful clothes. I'm just not in the fever of sewing, so I will show you what I sew in the meantime. So tags you can get it also. This is from my local supplier, but you can also come out. But this is from AliExpress, handmade wooden decoration or something like this. My friend here has a gambana and I made with this my tag, which is wooden with 2 dots, and you can put whatever you know on the bottom here or on the back there, or when you have some handbag you make it with, you can also add it. I don't put the wood on my garments because I don't want to remove in and out when I'm washing the garments. So this is the pineapple again. Pineapple. You can also make your own. I showed this few podcasts ago, but I will just mention again. You can also make your own stitch markers. I did it one like this. I did it one like this. It's all made. I mean, these clasps which you can see here, they are from our company. My husband's company. This is Murano glass. My husband is having company, a very well-known company around the world for clasps, and yes, this is what I did with some of them. This is the company. I remember wishes a catalog from the company. You can see what we do, clasps, endings, all kind of endings for jewelry, for chains, for bracelets. Also what we do, I will show you maybe something like this, bracelets which you have only a links, and one of the link has a clasp, so you adding the link how you want, and then you can also add charms on it. All kind of finishing jewelry parts. Whatever you need, you can order from us. So that's the company. My husband's company, our company, where I'm working a little bit also. So thank you so much for watching. Let me put my my cardigan back on, and let me say bye bye within the cardigan. So don't forget, please, to comment below where you're coming from and if you have pets at home. Then you will be able to win a prize next time. Next week I will not record so quickly. In 3 weeks, I think 2.5, 3 weeks, there will be a new podcast. In the new podcast I will choose, so you have time until the new podcast, and just short before the podcast I will check and I will pick the winners. 3 people will win, each 2 patterns of the Ukrainian designer and one of mine, exactly this one, and which was knitted with CaMaRose. I have the another colors also, CaMaRose Snefnug, Snowflake. I have in a darker gray, I will show you better the name here, and I have in a yellow, I will show you the name here, So Cyclone Cardigan from next Friday will be on for sale, or you can win, or maybe no, next podcast you can win 2 patents, my patent and the Ukrainian designer, and from next week Friday you can buy it half price on Friday than normal price on RAVERLY. Thank you so much. I hope you all well, and thank you so much new visitors for staying with me. Thank you so much my friends from before to coming back regularly. It's such a pleasure, and I wish you all good. I wish you all health, and I wish that you all have a bit of smile on your face, even though that life is not easy sometimes. We have to smile for ourselves, for our own well-being, and for our kids, and for our neighbors, from our family. We have to smile, we have to bring love around the world. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for purchasing my patents. Bye!